Hi, hello, and today we are working on a Toyota Avalon. This is a early 2000s model. I think they made this model from the years 2000 to 2004. This one is a V6. I think they're all V6s. And the customer came to me saying that they have a check engine light and they couldn't pass emissions. And I found a code P0155, which is an O2 sensor. The O2 sensor is bank2 sensor 1 for that code, and I think there's like a P0156 for like bank 1 or something like that. But I got the P0155, so that means bank 2, which is this bank right here. I think that's cylinder 2s, 4, and 6. So is bank 2 sensor 1, which is this O2 sensor right here. So that's an easy fix. So we're going to go ahead and remove that. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and replace that and clear the code and see if the problem gets fixed. So let's go. So the first thing I usually do when replacing something like this is remove the connector, or unclip the connector for the sensor, which is right here. If you see, it's like by the battery, should be right here. But you can also just shake the wire and follow it through and see what moves. And it's this here. So we're gonna just push on this tab here on the top and then pull that back, and that should come out. Oh, I do want to mention the part for this is the OE manufacturer is DENSO. Either use DENSO or Bosch. Those are the more reputable brands of oxygen sensors and spark plugs and stuff like that. So after unclipping the wire, the connector for the wire, you want to kind of slightly tug at the O2 sensor part of the wire. Kind of just fish it out like that. And then you can go ahead and get an adjustable wrench. It's probably the best thing to use for this. I don't know what size this is, but an adjustable wrench is probably the best thing to use here. So I have one here. So to remove this, of course, slide it over. And I'm gonna just adjust it back to this right size and get it on there. And you're gonna break that loose once you get that tight. Okay, after you break that loose, you're just gonna spin this out. Very simple. If it comes out or doesn't want to budge, you may have to take some rust or metal penetrating spray like PB Blaster and use that to maybe seep into the metal. You want to do that and wait a little bit. I don't know where I put that plug. Okay, so then you take the new plug. What I do is I sit it in place a little bit and then fish the wire back to where it needs to go. So I want to tighten this and then plug that in. And then once we do that, we're done. I mean, it's pretty simple. So you want to also delete the code once you're done, because it may not turn off automatically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten this in, plug it up, get my engine code reader, delete the code, and drive it around and let's see what happens. Okay, so once you've tightened it with the wrench, flip it back in. It's time to delete the code. Some trash a little bit. It's time to delete the code. So you take your code reader, and in the Avalon, the OBD2 port is right here, right under the driver's feet. Just gonna plug that in, and I hope the key is there. Yes. Oh, I don't want to start it yet. I just want to put the ignition to on. And we're gonna delete this check engine light. Okay, you want to go to erase codes, and with the ignition still on, the race is done, you're good. You start the car. And voila, we don't have any check engine lights. We're not going to really know if that code completely went away because we just deleted the code off of it. So now you want to go drive the car really about, I don't know, 30, 40 miles. You don't have to really do that far of a drive. Just drive the car normally. And if it comes back, you have another issue. If the code is gone, then your code reader was right in the first place. It's that P0155 code. Is that bank2 sensor 1, O2 sensor, or oxygen sensor. But this one looks like it's good for now. So that concludes our fix of the bank2 sensor 1, O2 sensor. And no more check engine lights. So hopefully this customer can go get his car emissions done and pass emissions now. All right.